Now then, people, good evening. Welcome back to the Just Joe Football Show. Look at that fucking face. That is the face of a man that's staring relegation in the face. It's Mr. Dan Lawless. He'll be back with us in a sec, hopefully. But that's a cracker. I'll see if I can get a little screenshot of that. Oh, he's gone. I couldn't. He'll be back with us in a sec. Hope you're all doing well. Listen, games come thick and fast. We had an international break, and now it's amongst us already. We play West Ham in just, 3 days' time? It's moving fast. Very, very, very. Why are you coming fast? Why are you coming fast? It's coming fast indeed. West Ham Forever says, looking forward to this, but being honest, this is a must-win for both clubs. But we want to stay in this league. We have to win on Friday, says West Ham Forever. You do, man. And listen, we're going to get Lawless's thoughts. But we did a watch-along on the game yesterday. We didn't stay the full hog. I saw enough of West Ham to say, you know what? Regardless of how good their team or some individuals are on paper, as a unit, it's not the one. And I've actually come with renewed confidence. I know we lost to Burnley, but having seen West Ham yesterday, I'm like, I'm not too concerned about West Ham, just based on what I saw. Lawless should be with us in just a sec. He's just sorting his camera out. Just switch this up a bit. DCL wins balls in the end, needs players around him to... he's too isolated. Yeah, I hear that. How about we change formation every now and then and stop playing three defensive midfielders in every game? It's worked up until this point. The Burnley game, yeah, maybe not so, but I think we'd need a three-man midfield again against West Ham on Friday, and I'm totally fine with that. Jim Reed says, sack Farker now before it's too late. Farker needs to go if he keeps picking Stroud. Going to be a terrible game. Why is it on Sky? Yeah, it won't be one for the neutrals, will it? Definitely not. But we'll see. Lawless, are you good to go? Is he good to go? He's sorting out his camera. He is. There he is. There we go. We're good. Mate, that image, you were like that.
You know what it is? Like, look at this, right? I've got this big camera worth £1,000. I'm having to use my phone. Yeah, like, this is I've got this fucking mic. This is just the show right now. This ain't connected to nothing. Like,
to be honest, mate, I only use my phone, mate. Apple's the way to go, man. It connects to my Mac. It's perfect, man.
Yeah, I know. I see your streams where it's all the cameras going.
It's quality, man. Listen, I was just saying there, I watched West Ham yesterday. I did a bit of a watch along, not for the full game, just to get a feel of it. Because I can't lie, after Burnley, I was thinking a little bit worried about West Ham. Nuno's in the door. You know, let's have a look at them. And I watched for 60, 70 minutes. I went, you know what? These are not good. I mean, talk to me about West Ham at the minute. I know he's had 2 games, but I mean, the West Ham I saw yesterday, mate, they weren't good at all. He played a few players that had, I mean, Irving and who was the young lad that came off the bench? Has he been trialing new things? What's going on at West Ham, mate? It's not looking good.
Mate, like, I was just saying this on our post-match pine show that I'm going to put up, that this is the first time I've ever been able to describe a starting lineup as random. Yeah. It was random. Like, there was no rhyme or reason to it. He played a young left back at right back. He played right back at left back. He's playing players that, you know, we just nowhere near expected to see. Like Irving. Like, what the hell is he doing on the pitch? Souček back out of the blue. Like, it was just... That's what was the worrying thing. He didn't go out and try to put our best team on the pitch or a team you can go, okay, tactically, it makes sense for the opposition. It was so weird. And that's the problem for me. This was a big game, a 6-pointer.
Yeah. And
he's just pissed it away with a nonsense lineup. So that was a big red flag for me with Nuno, to be honest with you. But this team, I've got no faith in them, man. I don't see the fight. I don't see the fight in them. And that's the worry.
It's not looking good, is it? And obviously, a bit like Wolves, who sort of, it seems Wolves at the minute are waving the white flag. The other team of the established Premier League clubs, really, that do look in trouble, it is yourselves, Lawless. I can't lie. Obviously, it's still early days. Nuno, he hasn't got a magic wand, but I do think he'll get things right there. But on the back of that Brentford result, coming to Leeds, coming to Ellen Road, it's almost same for us, really. It's another 6-pointer. I mean, we were just beat by Burnley. We're now looking at this game, and there's a lot of Leeds fans saying, look, we've got to beat West Ham if we want to stay in this division now. Is it the same for yous?
Yeah, it's huge. It's huge because, you know, we're in a worse position than Leeds. We are in the relegation zone, cut adrift, right? If we win this game, we're still in the bottom three.
Yeah.
Like that's how desperate it is. We have to win this game and then like win our next game and then hope Burnley drop points or you drop points or Forest drop points. Like we're in that stage already in October. That's how bad it is. So it's desperate.
It's mad because, like, we said this about Burnley, obviously, on Saturday. We did lose, but if we win, it puts 7 points between us, mate, which at this stage of the season, you're laughing, aren't you? Because it's 2 games you have to lose, and that means you've got to then win 2 games to even get close to us, you know? And when you're down at the bottom end of the Premier League, it's bloody hard to win games of football, man. That's why you're down there. So, yeah, it's a massive game for us. One thing I'll say, Ellen Road, I'm glad we're playing at Ellen Road because we've been pretty solid at home this season. Obviously, we're beat by Spurs, but Spurs are a much better side than what we were. And I would argue we were better than them for large parts of that game. So is it?
I know Ellen Road is like a great fortress for you, but you should be wishing you playing at our ground because it's the opposite of a fortress. That you'd have more chance of beating us at our ground. I'll tell you that for free. We've won 2 games there all year.
What do you put that down to?
I just think we're losing more and more of the hardcore West Ham fans. It doesn't feel like a home. It's always felt like a neutral stadium. There's never really been anywhere near a fortress. It's never been somewhere that fans and teams dread going to. Like they love coming in because it's easy. It's you know the fans aren't going to be on top of you. You're not in for a tough atmosphere, and the fans are far from the pitch. So it's somewhere where we don't have a home field advantage. So it's like a neutral venue. So it's easy for opposition teams to come there. We've won 2 games there in 2025. We're now in October. We're nearly the end of the year, and we've won 2 home games.
Yeah,
that's shocking.
Yeah, it's not good, mate. It's not good. I think we've only lost just the once in over a year now. At Ellen Road, obviously, that was against Spurs. That's our most recent loss there. But prior to that, we had a decent run. Do you know this lineup that he put out all these randoms? I don't know if he's give justification for it after, but are you expecting something similar on Friday?
No, I'm expecting a different team. Like he has to learn from this. If he goes out and plays something similar, he's going to lose the fans already. Like he has to show that he's learned and put our best possible team out there. Like Diouf has been our best player this season, if not one of, like up there with Boeing, and he's dropped him. And I get he's done this whole international break and all of this stuff, and you know, I'm not hearing it like, oh, he went away, so we have to rest him. And we're only playing in the Prem. Like we play obviously Brentford and then you in a short, like Monday to Friday. It's a joke. Then we got like 8 days, 9 days between. So we play Newcastle, then another international break. Doesn't matter. Just fucking play your best players. So I expect him to learn from it. He has to. Otherwise, mate, we're in trouble.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't have expected to be, or did you? I don't know, because Nicky, who you was just speaking to there, just off air, I spoke to him in the summer down in London, and he actually said West Ham will be relegated before a ball had even been kicked. He said that on a prediction video of mine. He said all 3 newly promoted teams will stay up. That was his wild pick, but he did say that he believed West Ham would go down before a ball had even been kicked. So
yeah,
were you expecting this?
I did speak to him about that, and he wasn't really. He couldn't think of a hot take, so he was on the spot.
So is that what he said? Yeah, is that what he gave?
He didn't believe it at the time.
No,
I'm exposing him here, but no, we never really. I didn't know what to expect. We didn't go into this season. None of us went into this season thinking we're going to be bang in trouble because we thought Graham Potter's going to go and get a preseason now. He's going to get players in. We've seen little bits of glimpses of something. Not much, but there's been performances. Arsenal away, Villa away, Anfield, Man United away. We saw something. So it's like, okay, Potter's now going to get his own players a preseason. We're going to be improved. and we got worse. Like no one was expecting that. And then, you know, you go and we get Nuno in and we think Nuno's a good manager. He's got a good track record.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, I'm not writing off Nuno or anything, but we haven't had the bounce. We haven't had the new manager bounce. So now we're looking at it, and I did my watch along yesterday and I did a review and I was like, yeah, I think we're going down, mate.
Yeah.
I can't pick 3 worse teams than us. I can't do it.
No, Wolves definitely are. I would say Wolves, but
Yeah,
other than
Wolves. Like I said,
it's-
I've watched a lot of Leeds this season. I've got family that are Leeds, so I watched the Newcastle game. I thought Leeds were brilliant.
yeah,
I've watched the Spurs game again. I watched the Burnley game. Leeds' problem is their finishing
yeah,
and their decision making in the final third. Most frustrating team to watch ever. Do so much good stuff with the ball, work rate, energy, everything. When it gets to in front of goal, like Aronson, right? Aronson is like he's got talent, but he shits himself every time he comes up against the player. Like he bombs down with a ball, someone's in front of him, he's like, oh, shit, pass it backwards.
Yeah. It's
like,
right, man. For me, Lawless, we've got the worst attack in the league. Us and Burnley. I mean, the conversion rate, I think, is the worst in the Premier League. Big chances converted, 17%. I mean, Calvert-Lewin, I mean, he does a lot of good things, but we need someone to start finding the back of the net because in all these games, we've had so many chances. And like in the Premier League, you don't, like in the Championship, you can afford to miss, you know, a couple and still win the games, but not in the Premier League. And it's a little bit of a worry. We're hoping, obviously, Okafor.
I get why you signed Calvert-Lewin because you were desperate for a striker, but we were linked with him, and I didn't want to go anywhere near him because I think he's massively overrated. He's been dining on one good season at Everton for years now.
That's like, I keep. Maybe we get the one that was under Ancelotti. That's what
this is it, because I get it, because look, he's out of contract, so it's his wages are probably fairly high. But you go, look, the options are very low at the moment. There's not an abundance of strikers out there you can go and get. Take a punt on Calvert-Lewin, and hopefully, like, he comes good. But January, you need a striker. You need someone who can stick the ball in the back of the net desperately.
Yeah. Where do you think, just on West Ham, where do you think yous are lacking? Obviously, you've still got Bowen. Paqueta's in there as well. I don't know. Sometimes I watch Paqueta, mate, and I think he's still wishing he was at City, you know, that when he was supposed to move. And obviously, Kudus has left now. Where do you need, like, additions? Where's the problems at your place?
Centre-back. Like, we have the slowest centre-back. We have spent that centre-back pairing that he started cost us over 70. Yeah, Kilman and Todibo cost us over £70 million.
Crazy, man. And
they could not deal with simple balls over the top. And they've struggled every single time I've seen them play. Mavropanos has been our best centre-back this season. And that's saying something, because fans we've been, like, honestly, we've had enough of Mavropanos to that point where he was public enemy number 1 at the club. Now he's our best centre-back. Now he's got a hamstring injury. And we're stuck with these 2 clowns. And then Igor, who was just some random panic buy. So we need that. We still probably, the midfield was the biggest issue in the summer. And we did sign a couple of midfielders. But I could probably still say the midfield. James Ward-Prowse, we signed him for nearly 30 million quid. And he's on over 100 grand a week. It's on like 115 grand a week, man.
Wow.
And we've got strikers that we won't play. We had 2 strikers on the bench. We had Paqueta up top. We had young Callum Marshall, who did come on, and Callum Wilson, who is the only striker we've got that has scored a goal.
Yeah. He's on is he on that pay-as-you-play deal or something?
Yeah, he's on the pay-as-you-play. Yeah. So Sullivan's like, don't fucking play him. Otherwise I have to pay him. Like, you know what I mean? Don't do that. It's cost us money, mate. But he's the only striker who's actually put the ball in the back of the net for us. Fulkrug and Marshall, God bless him, haven't. And he can't get a second under Nuno. Mad.
It's mad, isn't it? Like you say, that's the dodgy thing though with them pay-as-you-play deal. Won't it? It'd be like, as a last resort, turn to this guy if you can. But yeah, it's not great. I mean,
well, you'd think, Joe, 1-0 down at home is that last resort, right?
Yeah,
you get a striker on who can stick the ball in the back of the net and scores late winners or late equalisers. He's probably a good bet to bring on. That's the time.
Right.
Nope.
Yeah, do you know what? I was quite surprised, Lawless, how bad you were. I've not watched much of West Ham this season.
That's the
But
worst performance of the season, though.
is
for
it?
sure.
Yeah. It was bad, mate. They were just cutting through you. Like the fact that it was only 2-0, I think in the first half they could have had 3s or 4s, mate. To be honest, they were all over you.
Yeah. I mean, we've been pretty bad all season, but that was horrendous. It was absolutely horrendous. We have been for a while. We've been a better team away from home. Right. We just have. So I do expect a better performance. Like Everton, we got the draw, but that was a good performance. Forest, the only game we actually have won this season, one win all season, was against Forest, against Nuno, the one manager we beat, we hired.
Oh yeah, you won like 3-0, didn't you? You battered them. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. And we went, we'll have him. The one guy we can beat, bring him to West Ham. Like, it writes itself. The jokes write themselves. Yeah. So, yeah, you know man, we are the shambles.
There's a lot of Leeds fans that they don't like Farke. I do, but there's some that don't, and some see Nuno as who would have been a great replacement for him had we have made a managerial change. Do you not think after a few weeks it'll start to come good and he's probably your best bet? It's mad. I mean, I can't lie to you, Lawless. I know you get it all the time. I watch a lot of your videos and content on other channels and stuff. It's gold, man. You and D and stuff. I love it, but obviously for me, a neutral, I look at it and think they had David Moyes. They've gone down this mad like merry-go-round and then ended up with someone like Nuno, and it's like, for fuck's sake, come on, why didn't you just stay put? Well,
this is the thing, right? So this decline started under David Moyes. It started at Moyes, right? We wanted to. Well, the owners brought in a director of football, Tim Steidten, and wanted to change David Moyes' job role and make him a head coach. David Moyes didn't want to be a head coach. He's an old school manager. He wants to run the club. So that was, whether we wanted him out or not, that was the reason, right? But it started to run its course because Moyes' success with us was playing counter-attacking football. Then he realized, okay, teams have actually started to pay us more respect. We have to change how we play. And that transition to more possession-based didn't take under Moyes. It didn't work. So then we go to this manager. Now we end up with Nuno, right? And if Nuno ends up giving us like a Moyes type 3 years, how Moyes was for his 3 years, then I'll take that for now. Do you know what I mean? Like, say he keeps us up this season because he comes in partway through the season, gets in Europe next season and next season. But regardless, even if we get relegated, and football fans, we're fickle, so I could change this, so don't hold me to it. But how I feel is, even if we go down, I'm sticking with Nuno. I'm bored. We've had 4 managers in 16 months. I can't be doing the manager out gimmick no more. I'm done. So it's just stick with him. Like, for you guys, I don't see the point in being Farke out at this stage. If it's looking bleak,
where we're supposed to be, right? This is where we're supposed to be, man, in the table.
Stay up, get that first season and stabilize. Just stay up in that first year, then build. And I look at it and I think you're creating chances.
Yeah.
Like, you're playing really well. Like, I enjoy watching Leeds play. That, you know what I mean? You have an engine about you. That you're not this lackluster team. You fight, but you're just toothless at the end. And I think a lot of that is recruitment. And yeah, you'll go to points and you go, okay, well, if Farke should have dropped him and played him, like every manager, you're going to get that where you think he shouldn't be playing and he should. But is that enough to say, sack this guy, and now we have to go and find someone else in a season that we're trying to stabilize in the Prem?
No, I agree with you, man. I agree with you completely, man. It's refreshing to hear someone outside of Leeds say that. But like say, you never.
It's easy. A manager out is easy, and we all fall into it, because you think it's if we can just boil the all our problems down to one change. One change will fix it. Sack him, bring someone else in. But the idea that if it's the players, if we're lacking up front in quality, we have to wait till January before we get a chance to address that. And that's a long way away. And that's our worry. If we have to wait till January, there's a lot of games between now and January, and that's even harder to confront.
Yeah. Yeah, it's mad because I can't imagine start to think really. I hadn't even started to process the fact that if we got beat on Friday, what that would do to the fan base and having to bat away. So really could do with a win, to be honest.
I
want
can't
to
see us winning.
talk. You can't see you winning, no?
Nah, mate, you're going to get the win. I've had Leeds fans like tweeting me going, "Congrats on Friday for the 3
Really?
points. We're going to win this." Yeah, yeah. Like Leeds fans feel like they're going to lose.
Nah, I can't see it, man. Can't see it. I think I mean a draw minimum, but I think we might beat you. After what I saw on Monday anyway, it wasn't great. Mate, talk to me about Somerville, because I did think he was one brightish spark in that game yesterday, looking to play in the counter, carried it, maybe overdid it at times, could have released it a few times to Paqueta, to Bowen. But I'm a big fan of Somerville's. I rate him really highly. I know it's took him a while to really break in. I think he had a few injuries, but he's looking pretty decent now. Do you think?
Yeah, I would say Somerville's one of my favourite players at West Ham. Like he come through under Lopetegui, and Lopetegui was just really harsh on him. Like every time Somerville would play under Lopetegui, he was our best player, but then he'd get dropped the following week. And so he rarely got hardly any game time under Lopetegui, even though the few appearances he did make, he was brilliant. So then he don't play much. Then Potter comes in, and Potter's first game, Villa away, he plays Somerville. I think he actually played him on the right hand side, and I think he played Kudus in the centre, and he was unbelievable. Like he was going and bullying Tyrone Mings, who's twice his size, off the ball, winning it, going starting attacks. And then he gets injured, and then he decides I'm not going to get surgery. And then eventually he decides he's going to get surgery. So he's out for the whole season. And then he doesn't come back till Forest, and he makes an instant impact. But like he is that one spark that you look to, that he's going to get on the ball. He's going to do something. Like we desperately lack pace in this team. And he's that pace. Yeah, like when he's on the ball, I sit forward. I'm perked up. I'm like, okay. And you're right. Like in that game, that was the big criticism I had of him. Like he's trying to make things happen, but pass the ball.
Yeah, exactly.
He wants to be a hero and do it all himself. Come on, like just know when to pass. But that's not, if that's my biggest criticism of him, then that's not bad. Like you can fix that. Like others, no work rate.
I think with how Nuno expects to play on the counter and that as well, and it'll be perfect for that, won't he? And do you know what? I'm a little bit nervous because I think he'll want to do well against his old side, obviously on Friday. There's no like animosity there by from the fans or all. I think he left the right way. We got decent money for him.
I think it's a psychological thing. Do you know what I mean? Like you're going back to your old home. You don't want to. You don't want to embarrass. You don't want to be like, and fans go, "Thank God we got rid of him." Look, he's crap.
Yeah, exactly.
You want to ride the place he played really well at. He's back at Ellen Road, so in front of the Leeds fans. I think he'll just rise for it, not as a case to.
I do as well. I think he's the type of character that'll be like, "I'm going to show up today." 100%. I get that. It won't be in the case. I mean, if he scores, I can't see him celebrating either. One of them. I just. Somerville has no end product, says make West Ham great again. I mean, I know it's the Championship, mate, but he scored so many goals in the Championship for Leeds United.
The thing is, with Somerville, it's not like I can see that he takes a load of shots and he's going wide, he's doing this. Most of the time, he's just the guy getting it to where it needs to be. And then he'll lay it off to someone else and just being a handful for teams. And then you'll have like Diouf overlapping, because what he's going to do is lay it off to Diouf, because Diouf can cross the ball really well. He's one of the best crossers of the ball. So I can't say that he's had all these attempts and he's just been terrible in front of goal. But he just doesn't have the attempts, right? But as long as he's doing what he needs to do and causing teams problems, he may not be a big goal scorer for us, but the work that he does is invaluable.
Yeah, he's a good player, man. And what I'd do for having someone like him, to be fair, right now, because our wingers are on the floor, Harrison and Aronson. Depends if Okafor's fit, Nonto, James. Even then, though, I think our attack's just, in comparison to most, is even used like, I know you're not going great right now, but you've got Bowen, you've got Paqueta, you've got Somerville, even Callum Wilson, Fulcrook, even like compared to ours, ours is pretty rubbish, mate. I can't lie to you. Is there anyone from a Leeds United perspective, you know, having seen them play, you got friends that are Leeds fans that you think, oh, we've got to watch out for him? Or is it more like the unit and you know, how much they'll give in the game?
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, it's my uncle
We
and
don't
my
have any
cousin.
standouts, do we, really? You don't go,
Yeah.
you
No,
know?
do you know what? There's a few players that have stood out to me. You know, Longstaff. I mean, I watched the Newcastle game and he was unbelievable.
Unbelievable, wasn't he? Yeah.
He was crazy. Like, if he can put in the sort of shift that he put there, like Aronson to a degree, again, but it's end product. It's decision making in the final third. But a lot of the times, like the attacks will go through that side, right? Through
Yeah.
Aronson. Like he'll get on the ball and try to do something. So yeah, Aronson for one. Harrison, I've still got flashbacks and nightmares to when we was chasing top four and he scored the bloody hat trick on us.
I remember that hat trick, man. It was what?
Yeah.
It was much
That,
better times for us, mate, under Bielsa, man. Fucking
yeah.
unbelievable.
That's the one there. Like, yeah, that would that was a nightmare. Yeah, Nonto, if he's fit, obviously that's going to be a worry. Big thing, like, because he's a big miss. James was an interesting one for me. I think he was on the bench against Burnley, right?
He was, yeah.
The bench. But he's someone that, you know, sort of flopped at Man United, flopped at Leeds at first, but in the Championship, I think he was a quality player for you guys, right? In the Championship. So it's that question mark. Like Bamford, he's going to be another Bamford where he's too good for the Championship, but not quite good enough for the Prem. Or is he got that? Is he got enough time at Leeds under his belt now where he can go and rise to the occasion and he's settled?
He's got to this time, but he's not looked good. But I think he's been carrying a knock from the summer, to be honest. He hasn't looked the same player, but Leeds will demolish us. We are the worst team in the league, says Make West Ham great.
Do you know what the thing is, Joe, right? If anything's like the Brentford game, because Brentford haven't been this excellent team, right? You look how many chances they missed. They weren't clinical in front of goal, but we just gave them so many chances that eventually one or two had to go in.
Yeah, of course.
So we give up Leeds, and Leeds, I look at as a team, as a unit, and you're going to be at home, you're going to be swarming us even more than the bees. I didn't even mean for that bee pun, but you're going to be all over us. You know what I mean? So you're going to have chances. So if we give Leeds all these chances, surely to God, like, you've got to put one of them away at least. Like, that's the thing, and it just depends on how much you can put into your defense, right? How much you rate your defense, where if we hit you on the counter, they can deal with that. You know.
It's a little bit of a worry because I mean,
pieces as well. We're not. I know that's a weakness for you as well, set pieces, but we're not set piece kings.
No, I remember that season when you were, mate. I think you scored a hat trick of him against us, man. Every time it David Moyes.
Yeah. That's we're a long way from that with set piece. We're like the worst team for set pieces,
which is mad when you think you've got James Ward-Prowse as well. That's what you bought him for, really, right?
Yeah, he hasn't scored a single free kick since he's one away from equaling David Beckham's record, and he hasn't scored one.
Wow.
Danny Ings has scored a free kick for West Ham. Granted, it was in pre-season, but he scored one. Paul Prowse hasn't even done that.
Fucking hell. Yeah, because when you bought Ward-Prowse, I was thinking, oh, this is perfect. Because it was under Moyes, right? It was under Moyes when you brought him.
30 million, I think it was 25 to 30 million.
Mate, I just want to talk briefly. I mean, it's totally irrelevant to this game, but obviously you had Calvin for a little period of time. He's still on City's books now. I think he did come on in a game a couple of weeks back, but yeah, disappointed to see, for me anyway, as a Leeds fan and a big fan of Calvin's, but it proper went tits up for him at West Ham, didn't it?
Mate, that's got to be one of the all-time worst signings. And the maddest thing about that, I think it was the January before, when we wanted to spend, or boys wanted to spend like 70 million on him.
I remember,
we wanted him and we wanted Rafinha.
Yeah.
Rafinha, boy, if we could have got him, that's a different story, mate. But imagine we spent 70 million on Calvin Phillips. Now, maybe you could argue that the Man City move hurt him or whatever. I thought he was initially unlucky when he come in because he had that red card against Newcastle that I don't think was a red. Like, he got a few reds that you think, oh, that's a bit unlucky, but he just didn't really come in and affect games. Do you know what I mean? He didn't make himself a presence. until it was time to get sent off, right? So, yeah, and then he had that thing where he like stuck his fingers up at a fan or something. You give it
Yeah, I
that,
remember getting on the bus. Yeah, yeah.
and that was it. He just go down in infamy. That's an infamous signing.
Mm. Yeah, it's yeah, madness. Yeah, I don't know what happens there because I would have loved him back in some capacity, but obviously it's not been great. I don't know where he goes from there now, but his career's just. I just think Bielsa, it was like a lightning in a bottle moment, yeah, where Bielsa just worked for him and it's gone backwards there ever since. To be honest,
Yeah, he was great because the thing is, that time when we wanted him, he was playing in the midfield with Declan Rice, and both of them together formed such a good partnership. I remember thinking, wow, if we can get what we see for England at West Ham, like that's going to be brilliant. Rice holding, Calvin Phillips, progressing the ball, but it wasn't to be.
No, exactly. Because him and Rice had such a great partnership. Do you remember as well? And obviously, you lost Rice. He goes there, and it's like, do you know what? This will be a great move for him. But obviously, it went tits up, and it is what it is. Mate, what about Aaron Wan-Bissaka? He's not been going great, has he? And when you brought him in, he looked like it was going to go well for him. And yeah, because I was on a show earlier and I was doing a one to like a joint 11, and I was like, yeah, Bogle every day of the week over him, and it just made me think, like, what's going on with Wan-Bissaka? Has he gone backwards?
Well, I mean, he was our player of the season last year, right?
Yeah.
He was voted our player of the season. He was brilliant. Then we get to this season, and he comes in. I believe he starts the first game. He's our first choice, and then he plays, and then we play Wolves, and then Carl Walker-Peters starts. It's a cup game. Carl Walker-Peters plays very well, and then all of a sudden, like, Wan-Bissaka's just out. He's just out of the team. Carl Walker-Peters is in, and Carl Walker-Peters starts playing well. Then we have the international break, and Aaron Wan-Bissaka he gets malaria or something.
Right.
And then so he's out of the team, but Carl Walker-Peters is doing a brilliant job. Like, so fair play. But then it's just a case of, like, he's out a while. Is it malaria? Like, what is going on behind the scenes? He had that awful game against Chelsea, it was awful from a case of defending set pieces, not picking up your man at the back post. So that probably didn't do him any favors. But he hasn't been like putting in terrible performances for 90 minutes. You know what I mean? It's a weird one. But yeah, with this game, he brought him off the bench. I'll be interested to see if he ends up. He probably will start against Leeds, I'd say. So then we'll really see, like, if we get him back to his best.
Mate, are you worried about Bowen this year? This might be his final year. Surely he's got to be thinking, listen, I know I'm going out with Danny Dyer's daughter and all that shit, but we're gonna have to move on because I can't continue playing at this bottom end of the league. Because he's better than that, right? Do you think?
Yeah, I mean, there's a chance. I mean, we've got him on some mega contract, like 8-year deal he signed. So we're in a strong case, but I wouldn't blame him for feeling that way, for sure. Like, he's banging in the goals, like, he's doing his job, and we're just not giving him the players around him that he deserves to be playing with. I mean, if we go down, there's no two ways about it. He's got, like, we cannot keep Gareth Bowen in the Championship. No. Like, no chance. But yeah, of course, like, teams are probably going to see that and go, do you know what? Let's just put a bid in. Like, we haven't had any formal bids for Bowen yet, which is crazy. Like, that I'm aware of. There's been no public bids. There's been interest from Liverpool, and with how shit Mo Salah's been, maybe they are going to come. Yeah, maybe they'll come back. But yeah, it's of course it's a worry for sure.
Yeah, because he's a top player. I think most would take him. I remember him at Hull City, man. Him and Kamil Grzycki, I think they both scored goals against us. They were quality at Hull, to be fair.
We need to sign more players from Hull. I remember when we signed Snodgrass from Hull, and he was their best player, and then they got relegated. And I love Snodgrass. I know you had him as well.
Yeah, man, quality, man. He's quality, Robert Snodgrass. Yeah, retired last year, I think.
Yeah, top bloke, man.
Yeah, man. Great guy as well. Yeah, 100%. Mate, what's the lineup then? What kind of lineup are we expecting on Friday?
Oh my God! What? How can you ask me that after seeing this random lineup that no one could have predicted ever?
Who is that
And I,
Irving anyway? Who's that Irving gadget? Because I was thought, oh, who's this? And then he
mate,
looked
he's
like
some
90.
random guy. We signed him from like the Scottish League, I think Aberdeen or something like that. Right? The Iron Brew Iniesta, they call him, and he's he's the pre-season king. He balls out in pre-season, and then you
Right.
don't see him again. In a bit more time. But I think he's one of them players. If we get relegated, like he'll be good in the championship. Like I don't think
Right.
he's quite Prem level. He's one of them players. Like he's just in a team, maybe a newly promoted team or something. He could be a squad player, but yeah, I don't think we'll be seeing him start. I would like to think that he's going to go back to. I mean, Tadibo and Kilman will probably start. Mavropanos is out. So I think
Right.
he'll go back to the back four. I think he'll put the youth back in at left back. I think Wan-Bissaka comes back in at right back. I think Fernandez will keep his place, even though apart from the Forest game, he's been a bit disappointing. But I think he'll play. And then it's a case of he'll probably play, maybe put Magassa back in. It's hard to know what he's going to do in that midfielder unless he
And
keeps.
he's the new midfielder, isn't he? That Magassa. He's a good player.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's a good player in there. He's still raw, he's a young lad. He's like 20 years old, but it's
Right.
some legs in midfield. Then that's the thing. Going up against Leeds midfield.
Yeah, that 3 midfield, it'll be, yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to need some legs in that midfield for sure. And then you're going to have, I'd like to hope that he's going to put Paqueta back in the midfield. And then Somerville left wing, Bowen right wing. And then, mate, maybe he's going to finally just go, we'll start Wilson. But he's got to start a strike. He's got to put Marshall or Wilson, like start a flipping striker. No wonder we're not getting anywhere near scoring a goal.
Yeah.
Like we've scored 1 goal under Nuno in 3 games. I mean, our goal scoring record overall this year, like Forest, yeah, we put 3 past them. Apart from that, 1 or none in our games. 4.
I'm positive, mate. Going into it, I can't lie. I think
Yeah,
we can.
you should be.
Yeah, I think we can get 3 points and then chill a bit again until we lose, a couple, and everyone's get him sacked. But if we did lose this game, it's not looking good. Yeah, but for me, this was how our season was supposed to go. That's why I'm not like losing my head over it, because we were supposed to be in this battle. This is where we're supposed to be. And obviously it's different for you. I didn't expect West Ham to be down there, I can't lie, but obviously the way it's going, it's looking like it could be a long season for your folks as well.
Yeah. The big hope for me is Fulham get pulled in. I can see Fulham getting pulled in because Silva's contract is out at the end of the season, and when that starts happening, we've found it in our experience, players start to lose concentration. They start to he's the next guy coming in.
Yeah. So, now you bang on. And listen, if Forest had the money, I think they'd have tried to get him out of his contract as well, to be fair. There was talk of that. Obviously, they've gone with Dyche. Just on the relegation battle, mate, before we finish up, like, who do you think's going to go down based on what you've seen so far? And
all
you
right.
can say Leeds, man.
No, listen, I don't think Leeds. So I think Fulham.
You think Fulham will go down, yeah?
No, sorry, Fulham. Yeah, do you know what? In fact, yeah, I'll put Fulham in there, actually. Yeah, based on what I said, Fulham, Wolves
looking all sorts of trouble, 2 points.
Yeah.
And they've got Burnley at the weekend. If they don't beat Burnley, they're fucked.
Yeah. I honestly think, and at the moment, I have to put us in there. Like, I'm not going to put Leeds in there because I just look at Leeds. Your like I said, your biggest problem is scoring goals, but overall as a team, there's fight in that team. There's a work rate. There's a desire to go out and try to win the game. Like with us, I don't see any fights. And this feeling could change after 2 games. Maybe we beat you. Maybe we get a result against Newcastle. But right now, I'd be really disingenuous if I did not put West Ham in there, because that's how I really feel. And I did a video. I said it. So it's crazy, man, for me to have to say that. And we're in October. So yeah, that's who I would say at the moment. I mean, at the start of the season, I think I said Wolves, Burnley and Brentford were the 3 I predicted at the start of the season.
Yeah, I had Brentford as well, mate, to be honest. I can't lie to you, but
yeah,
I'm not saying they're out of the woods yet. They keep getting decent results here and there, but yeah, they're going under the radar.
Burnley look like they've got something about them. Leeds look like they've got something about them. Like these are teams where you go to these grounds, you're not just going to roll to these teams over. Like, you're going to get a fight. You come to our ground, we're going to roll over. Like, we're not going to put up a fight. We don't have a home ground. We have a neutral venue that we have to play, then we go away. So that's the big, we don't have that advantage that you need when you're down there fighting, and we don't have the players. You know, when you're coming up from the Championship and you're first in the Prem, you're hungry. You want to scratch and claw and fight to stay in that league, where we've been flirting with it too long that the players don't have it in them, mate.
100%. That's like Wolves, innit? You circle the plug all long enough, you're eventually going to go down. I think they're in trouble. I put Burnley in there, and then the last spot is a fight between us, yourselves, Brentford, maybe Fulham if they get dragged in. I think that's that last spot. So you don't even know what will happen at Forest, mate, if we're being totally honest. We're 8 games in and they're already on the 3rd fucking manager. That's madness for me, man. Only 8 games in, so
I think there's an expectation that Dyche will dice him up, right? But like they came close under him at Everton to going down. Right? So there's no real guarantee. And like you said, the players now, 3 managers in like just 6 weeks or however it's been, that's got to mess with their heads and put all them, so they're not safe just because they've got Dyche, that's for sure.
No, exactly, man. They might as well just let that gadget bloody run it, haven't they, Mr. Marinakis? Let him manage.
Wolfie would love that. That would be Wolfie's wet dream. Mr. Marinakis in the dugout.
Max, it makes me laugh every time. It makes me cringe when I hear the players going, Mr. Marinakis. I think, what is going on?
They would do it. The fans do it. The players do it. Oh, my God.
It's horrible, isn't it?
If I say Marinakis, I'll have like a Forest fan in my chat going, that's Mr. Marinakis. Or Wolfie will say it. Or someone. They'll correct you.
Fucking hell, it's funny, man. Right, babe. Let's finish up. Let's get some score predictions, mate. And where the game's going to be won and lost, Lawless. I'm going to say, I think we win 2-0. I think Biol might come in and start for his first Premier League start. I do worry about him on the turn, especially, because I expect you to play counter. But I think we'll create enough chances, like you said, to actually find the back of the net in this one. So I'm going to go for a 2-0 Leeds United win. I think and we'll win it in that midfield. With that 3-man midfield, I think that's where the game will be won and lost.
Yeah. If I'm going to be positive and optimistic, I'll probably say 1-1. I do think Nuno is going to go defensive and deep block and look for the counter attack, which against Leeds having to break us down. Finding the net multiple times may be a difficult situation, and maybe us having a situation where through some of it we have a burst of pace and we can go be. But it's going to be that how resilient we can be in defence and shut you out. So Aronson is on the right. He's probably going to start, isn't he? So
yeah, mate, potentially, unless James is ready. Unless James is
ready. But he would be going up against the youth. And like I said, he was shitting himself against Burnley fullbacks every time he had the ball. It was like, whoa, turn away, I'll take back. So if we could just scare him a little bit and go, look, we're going to come and tackle you in a minute. And he just goes, oh, no, don't do that. Like, you know what I mean? That's what we need to do with him.
It's a point of bad result for you, do you think?
It's in the ground, in isolation, it's not. Like, away in isolation. But in the grand scheme of where we are, we need 3 points. Like, a point don't do much for us, because then we're like, 2 points behind Burnley, but they've got much better goal difference. And then Burnley have the game in hand. So if Burnley win on the weekend after, then they're 5 points clear of us.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean? We don't gain on you either.
Yeah, it's like if we were to win and Burnley beat Wolves, then you and Wolves are like, whoa, this is not looking good, is it? You know what I mean?
That's a bad place to be, man.
Definitely.
Cut adrift at this stage. So, yeah, man, we have to win. Like, I'm not going to sit there and go, point away at Ellen Road, tough place to go. Brilliant. Yeah. Win. That's all you got to do. And no excuses.
No excuses, you're right, mate. Listen, Lawless, obviously, you're running 2 channels now, mate. You're everywhere, on Sky, on TalkSport, on all the channels. You're a top geezer as well. Do you want to tell folks about your channels, where you're at?
Yeah, West Ham Fan TV, the main channel. Check that out. I'm about to upload our proper post-match pint review. You can go see the watch along. People put timestamps in the comments, I'm sure, to go back and watch that. And Lawless Live, you can go check out. That's my second channel. I usually put up a lot of my TalkSport appearances or Sky appearances, but I just did a reaction to Simon Jordan talking a load of nonsense. So you can go and check that out and see what I have to say about his lied about me.
Do you know what?
Yeah.
Though? He's so good. He's Simon Jordan, man. I can't lie. He's good for that channel, isn't he? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's good for TalkSport, man.
He's entertaining for sure. Like he's
Yeah.
and how he says things. He's entertaining for sure.
Yeah, he is entertaining. So he's Lawless, by the way, and he's a top guy as well. As I've said before, I've worked with him many times, and yeah, listen, I want to stay in the Premier League, and same with Lawless, so I can have more of these, collaborations with these top content creators, man. So hopefully we can do that.
Hopefully we can both stay up.
Yeah, exactly, mate. Get Burnley down, Wolves, and fucking, I don't know, Fulham, man.
Yeah. Fulham, get Fulham out of it, man.
I know. Do you know what, mate? You must be like dying having to deal with D on a regular basis. Now they're actually doing bits, man.
Yeah, man. In the group chats, he's insufferable. On the shows, he's insufferable. It's painful, man.
Yeah, man.
Because the worst thing is, we did a live show like in front of an audience. And the question was, who's got a brighter future, West Ham or Palace? And he'll never let me forget that I said West Ham. But I said the future isn't a set length of time.
Could be anything, couldn't it?
So yeah, I mean, like this is the short-term future. I could have meant long-term. So I'm still right.
Yeah, man. Make sure you go check out West Ham Fan TV and obviously Lawless Live TV as well, folks. I'll be back tomorrow for press conference reaction. There's the ladies' show on the evening as well. And then Thursday we'll have a preview. And then, like I say, it's game day on Friday. But listen, thanks everyone for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your evenings and we'll see you in a bit. Bye-bye.